the greatest.
What is up, guys? Marcellus Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to educate you on health and social well-being. And today, guys, we're going over my go-to compound movements that I believe everyone should incorporate into their routines, regardless of if your goals is strength, hypertrophy, you're a powerlifter, bodybuilder, something in between. I think these are movements that everybody should make sure that they incorporate into their routines. And I'm going to be going over why as well. But later this week, I'll also be doing, a video over exercise selection and specificity of training as far as why you want to pick certain movements based on what your goals are. But these are the ones, guys, that I feel are just beneficial to everyone. If you're an athlete, these movements will help you. If you're strictly a bodybuilder and just want to focus on hypertrophy, these movements will help you. If you're a strength or powerlifter athlete, these movements will help you. So, number one, guys, of course, going to be squats. This one I'm pretty sure is obvious. I'm pretty sure I don't have to get into a whole lot of detail as to why squats are important, but you need some type of squat in your routine. Unless there's something physiologically wrong with you or anatomically wrong with you where you cannot perform squats, you need some type of squat in your routine, whether it's front squats, high bar squats, low bar squats. Heck, if you're at home and only have your dumbbells, like I showed you guys in that previous video, goblet squats, you want some type of squatting routine just because, one, it's an excellent movement for strength, functionality, but also just for putting on a lot of muscle mass, guys. It gives you a lot of bang for your buck because you're hitting so many different muscle groups. Your arms are actually, yes, they're engaged when you're squatting. Your core is engaged when you're squatting. Your back, your legs, quads, glutes, hamstrings, all of it, even your calves get a little bit of stimulation when you're squatting. So as far as just explosiveness, power, strength, muscle mass, definitely it needs to be a go-to movement. So second thing, of course, I'm sure you guys can assume is going to be followed up with deadlifts, some type of deadlift. I don't care if you pull sumo, conventional, if you just do Romanian deadlifts. Now, I'm gonna definitely say that you should have some type of pull from the floor, so that would of course be like, conventional or sumo, but if for whatever reason you just don't or can't, some type of deadlift, even if you have like a rack pull below the knee, something of that nature is something I'm gonna be recommending. I think some type of pull of that nature is definitely, once again, a lot of bang for your buck. Now, a lot of people have this mindset that deadlifts don't work muscle, that it's just a strength only exercise, and I don't know where that comes from at all. Like, I'm usually good at telling you guys where myths get started. I'm not sure where that came from. I guess just because a lot of powerlifters deadlift, so they assume it's just a strength movement. But honestly, guys, no, look at anybody with a strong, heavy, powerful deadlift, excluding, a few exceptions where maybe just due to like their insertions, they can pull a lot of weight. But for the most part, even those people have very well developed backs, glutes, hamstrings. You're hitting that entire posterior chain. You guys can literally just Google muscle activation during deadlift and you'll get all kinds of information on all the different muscles that it works. Even the lats, guys, yes, like muscle growth is stimulated from the deadlift. So once again, it's just a huge bang for your buck exercise. You're hitting multiple muscle groups at once with just one movement. So definitely deadlifts. So after that, guys, the third movement is going to be some type of pull-up. I don't care if it's a pull-up, a chin-up, neutral grip pull-up, some type of pull-up, and if you can, weighted pull-ups. Now, a lot of people will wonder, well, why not lat pull downs? And the reason simply being, guys, as a whole, pull-ups are just a better movement in the sense that you're gonna get better muscle activation. You're gonna hit more muscles with the pull-up than you are with the lat pull down. Now, another reason is that pull-ups have carryover to the lat pull down, but vice versa is not necessarily true, meaning that if you get really strong on weighted pull-ups, even if you don't really train lat pull-downs, your lat pull-down strength will continue to go up. But the same is not true if you work on lat pull-downs only and expect your pull-ups to go up. A lot of you already know this. A lot of you email me saying, hey, I've been trying to get better at pull-ups, been doing a lot of lat pull-downs, but it doesn't seem to be helping. Because the only way you're really gonna get better at pull-ups, guys, is from doing pull-ups. And I'll go over that more later this week when I do the pull-up tutorial for you guys. That's what's pretty much been voted on for this week. So that's the tutorial I'm gonna be doing, is pull-ups. But anyway, to the topic at hand, pull-ups are just going to be the best bang for your buck because, once again, it's a calisthenic movement. So you're not just moving weight, you're moving your body through space. So when you do weighted pull-ups, as you guys know, as I covered in my video over why you should be doing calisthenics, you kind of get the best of both worlds when you do weighted pull-ups because you're moving a huge load, but you're also moving your body through space. So weighted pull-ups are going to be an excellent exercise. You're going to be hitting your lats, your traps, your biceps, like your core, your abs get activated. Even on chin-ups, guys, if you do it, like chin-ups give you just as much core activation as what a crunch will, assuming that you're doing it correctly. So you're gonna want some type of vertical pull of that nature. Next is gonna be some type of horizontal pull. In other words, more specifically, some type of bent over pull is what I'm actually referring to. Like, yeah, you can do like a seated cable row or a hammer strength machine, and that's great, I'm not knocking that, but what I'm saying, some type of bent over horizontal pull, I'm referring to either bent over barbell rows, pin lay rows, T-bar rows. Once again, just an excellent mass builder for the back. And guys, a lot of people don't train their back anywhere near enough as is, and if they do, it's like a lot of machine work, which is great, that's fine. But once again, guys, if you have someone who gets stronger on barbell rows, whether it's bend over barbell rows, pin leg rows, even some type of T-bar row, that strength tends to carry over to their machines. Most of these guys can stack out like a seated cable row machine, or even I myself, even if I stay away from a hammer strength machine or a seated cable row machine for a while, I don't really lose strength on those things so long as I'm maintaining and keeping up my strength on my bent over rows, my pull-ups, things like that. So you're gonna want some type of bent over pull as well, just for the fact that that's gonna give you like the best bang for your buck. If you're combining that, guys, if you're doing deadlifts, some type of bent over row, and weighted pull-ups, your back is solid. You should not be lagging in any way, shape, or form. You'll be good to go as far as that. Now, so the next movement, guys, is gonna kind of be a toss-up between weighted dips and bench press. Reason being, guys, is I personally would probably, if I had to, just for overall muscle development, strength, everything like that, would say weighted dips. But the reality is, guys, a lot of people aren't, not a lot of people, but some people aren't able to perform weighted dips. Like, you anatomically are not gonna be able to do it. For some people, it creates a lot of pain in their sternum, for some people in their rib cage, and these are people where it's very dangerous for them to perform dips. And that's why I would go with the bench press. The reason, guys, or I would pick one of these two movements is for the mere fact that at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind, if you notice a trend with these movements, it's the fact that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Why? Because these are movements that are hitting multiple muscle groups at once, or allowing you to load the most weight on a muscle group. There aren't too many movements aside from bench press where you can just load that much weight onto your chest. Now, this isn't to say that other variations are gonna be bad. Like, let's say you do flat dumbbell press or incline dumbbell press, something like that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you're never gonna be able to go quite as heavy on, you know, an incline dumbbell press as you would with a barbell press. And that's the thing, guys. When I say some type of bench press, it doesn't have to be flat bench press. It can be incline, decline, whatever. Preferably probably flat or incline, just because I feel like that's gonna give you more bang for your buck once again. Because if you're doing flat, guys, unless you just lower pecs is just a really weak developing area for you, you're gonna be fine on the lower pecs. So some type of incline or flat bench is gonna be great for you because just the amount of weight you can put on it. Now, dumbbells do have certain advantages, like, you know, you can get a deeper stretch and everything like that, but that's why I said weighted dips if you're able to, because you're gonna get that nice deep range of motion stretch on the pecs, on the triceps, on your shoulders. Once again, the core is engaged. So weighted dips or bench press is kind of a tie between those two. So point being, you have some type of very strong chest dominant press motion. And then the last movement, guys, is gonna be standing overhead press. Now, at the end of the day, can it be any type of overhead pressing, whether it's seated dumbbell shoulder press or standing overhead press or seated overhead press? Yes, but the reason, once again, for standing overhead press specifically is simply you're getting the most bang for your buck. Yes, you're hitting your shoulders, your triceps, but once again, our core is engaged. Our glutes are engaged. When you're actually doing overhead press standing correctly, your glutes are engaged. So you're just getting the most bang for your buck. I think that you guys see a trend as well, with the sense that any of you who bought programs from me are gonna notice that a lot of these movements are involved, if not all of them, with a few exceptions being like, you know, if you're unable to do pull-ups or dips yet or something like that, or if you have some type of injury that prevents you from doing overhead press, things of that nature. But for the most part, guys, these are movements that I try to incorporate in every program, regardless if it's a push-pull legs, upper lower, full body, just because of the fact that they're staple movements, meaning they're movements that, regardless of what your goals are, they're gonna help you. They're gonna help you get stronger. They're gonna help you get explosive. They're gonna put a lot of muscle mass on you just because they're hitting so many muscles at once. You're able to load so much weight on these specific movements. And that's why they're my 6, or I guess 5, you put bench and dips together, go-to movements that I try to incorporate no matter what. And these are movements that have definitely helped me a lot with building my physique and allow them to build off of each other. Like, if you get a stronger squat, that's gonna help you with your deadlifts. If you get a stronger back through weighted pull-ups or bent over row, that's gonna help you with your deadlifts, your squat, and your bench. Getting stronger on weighted dips is gonna help you with your bench. Getting stronger on overhead press is gonna help you with your bench. Getting stronger on weighted dips is gonna help you on your overhead press. So like, all these movements kind of work together as well and build off of each other. And it's really just getting to the point, guys, of understanding like what the point of a movement is. And that's what I said I'll cover more about specificity of training. Like, if you're someone where you know that your goal isn't so much to be functional, right? For whatever reason, if you don't want to be functional, you just like want to get really big and really strong. Even then, these movements are going to give you the most bang for your buck. Why? Well, because think about it, guys. You're always going to be able to move more weight on a weighted pull-up than you are going to be able to on, say, like a barbell curl. You're going to be able to put more work on that bicep doing a weighted pull-up than you are with a barbell curl. And I'm not saying not to do curls at all or to dismiss them, but that's why, you guys, I always say the bulk of your routines needs to be compound exercises. And that's why all my go-to movements are compound exercises. I didn't name a single isolation. Now, if you guys want a video over like go-to isolation movements, even though I don't necessarily think any isolation movement is necessary, or not so much as not necessary, but it's gonna depend from individual to individual. Different people have different weak points, in which case they may need to do more volume, and isolation movements are great for that. And I'm not someone who dogs or hates isolation movements by any means. And any of you who've been watching me long enough know that's not the case, but my point is, this is about movements that I think can be a part of everyone's routine across the board. Some shape or form or variation of these movements if you're able to do them. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a comment down below, let me know that you did. If you did not enjoy it, leave a comment down below, letting me know what I can do to get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch y'all later.
I am the greatest.